All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to say the following. Let the Purim Shpiel of 5777 begin!
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles!
Close your eyes and now can see.
Wow, look at you all. Everyone looks so groovy. You guys are all out of sight. You have any idea what we're talking about? As the executive director of our happy little tribe here, among the orange and lemon groves of Shushan, it is my job to welcome you all to our annual Purim celebration. And yes, as you have undoubtedly figured out, this year's Purim story takes us back in time, but not thousands or even hundreds of years ago, just back to the exciting and tumultuous decade of the 60s. All you cool cats and flower children out there, you will surely remember those crazy days when telephones were still connected to walls, when a Macintosh grew on trees, and when tweets were only some things that birds did, right? Yes, those were the 60s, a time to make love, not war, a time of song and celebration. But here in the hills above Shushan, at a small reform commune called B'nai B'rith, there seemed to be a small ripple in its aura of peace and harmony. Let's listen in. This is crazy. I'm so upset. I just don't understand that. Upset with who?
I'm upset about what?
About this.
You're upset about a piece of paper?
It's not the piece of paper. It's what's written on the piece of paper that's upsetting.
Let me see.
Whoa, that's heavy.
It's from the CBB Board of Trustees.
Let me see. Oh. Exactly. They want to raise the religious school. Netivot fees yet again.
And the preschool as well.
But isn't that normal? I mean, don't they raise tuition every year?
By 175%?
Yeah, I guess that does mean it seem a little bit excessive.
Yeah, think?
Well, why so much?
Says here that our kids are overprotected, that our environment is too warm and cozy, and that the children need to be more exposed to the real world out there.
Real world? What's wrong with that?
Look here. They want to hire specialists in urban combat,
Firearm training for preschoolers.
using Play-Doh for self-defense.
Using Play-Doh for self-defense?
Yeah, I didn't write this stuff. I just work here.
We all just work here. So what are we gonna do?
Same thing we do every year.
We're gonna sing a song.
Sing a song?
Yep, it's a Purim Shpiel, and that's what we do at Purim Shpiel. We sing a song.
But I'm just a community engagement coordinator. No one said anything about singing a song.
I know. I felt the same way last year. But don't worry, Mariella. It'll hurt them more than it'll hurt us.
So let's do it.
Left a good job in the city, working for the temple every night and day. We never get one weekend of a freskin. Too much to do and no time to delay. Rabbi keeps on churning, and keeps on burning. Working at the apron. Cleared a lot of plates and tables, met a lot of folks, took a lot of calls, but we never had a better time living than dancing with our friends at the Dreamers Ball. Rabbi keeps on churning, and keeps on burning. Working at the apron. If you come down to the temple, here you're gonna find some people with flair. You don't have to worry if you have no money. Give us what you can and we don't care. Rabbi keeps on churning, and keeps on burning. Working at the apron. Working at the apron. Working at the apron. Now you see, that wasn't so bad. What did you think?
Okay, now that we got that out of the way, what do we do next?
I think we have to find a way to raise the funds we need.
You mean another Dreamers Ball?
A little too soon for something like that. I don't know, maybe we should ask someone for advice.
That makes sense. And since it's a Purim Shpiel, we ought to ask the Mordecai. What do you think?
Ah, at last, some semblance of return to the Purim story. And lo and behold, look who just happens to be waiting off stage to make his grand entrance.
I'm thinking of good vibration. She's giving
Hello, sweet peas. What's the word?
Hey, Mordecai, we're okay. Except, of course, that we're here working on a Sunday again.
Yeah, I think that we all could use a vacation.
Vacation? Who needs a vacation? You gotta let those negative vibes slide. You gotta align your spirit with your true inner self and liberate your soul.
I don't know, but I think I prefer a week in Cabo San Lucas.
Now that sounds liberating.
Ladies, don't be such downers. Listen, why don't you three dudettes join me? I'm gonna mellow out, you know, hit the sand, catch a few waves.
You want to go to the beach? Now? In this little porch field?
To be honest, I can't think of a better time.
Well, thanks for the invitation, Mordecai, but we can't join you. We've got work to do. Yeah, parents to call. Statements to mail.
Budgets to balance.
Whoa, talk about wet blankets. You know, you ladies aren't the only ones who are working here every Sunday. What about me? You think I like showing up in public dressed like this?
Yeah.
It ain't easy being Cantor, having to play Mordecai every year. It's not all music, fun and games, you know. Listen up. I'm coming, try and true. Every weekend, working for you. It's not easy being a Cantor boy.
Cantor boy.
Oi, oi.
Cantor boy.
Mornings, evenings, on the go. B'nai mitzvah, row on row. It's not easy being a Cantor boy.
Cantor boy.
Just once I'd like a life of freedom where my spirits could soar. Purim Shpiels would no longer harm me, and I wouldn't have to dress like this no more. Yes, I bear it. I won't sob. 25 years I've held this job. I'll keep on. I'll be your Cantor.
Gee, I never knew you felt that way.
Me either. And you sing so beautifully.
You know, this might be the answer we've been looking for.
Answer to what?
The answer to how we can raise money for our schools.
I don't get your drift.
You know, the Netivot program and Benkayaladi.
Yeah, so?
So, we could have a concert.
A concert.
That's a great idea. We could put on a Purim concert. Exactly. It would lift everyone's spirits. People could come from all over.
That sounds like fun. Sharing some music and song and celebration. A real Purim festival.
We could invite all the Jewish musicians to perform. Right. Bob Dylan,
Leonard Cohen.
Joan Baez, Crosby, Stills, and Nosh.
Excuse me, ladies, but as the executive director around here, I have to interject. You see, you can't just hold a giant concert and start inviting people without first getting a permit from City Hall.
Whoa, another wet blanket.
Surely Mordecai here can help us get a permit.
Me? Why me?
It's gotta be you. You said yourself you play Mordecai every year, right?
Yeah, so?
So, Mordecai just happens to be the main man, you know, the prime dude, when it comes to helping save the day for the Jews of Shushan.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with any of this?
Don't you see? Rumor has it that the mayor of Shushan has taken a new wife, and she's a relative of yours.
You mean Mayor Achashverosh has married Esther?
Don't look so surprised. It happens every year.
So, you want me to ask Esther to put in a good word with Achashverosh to help out the Jews of Shushan?
By Jove, I think he's got it.
Okay. I'll try, but it won't be easy, you know. Jeez, so much for catching some rays this morning.
Back in Shushan, the town was preparing to greet the newly elected main man of the community. All rise for the somewhat honorable and newly installed mayor of Shushan, the man with no first name, the one, the only, Ahashverosh.
Greetings, my dear friends, and fine citizens of Shushan. Please be seated. It's so wonderful to see you all here today. A day of fun, of games and celebration. For today, after searching far and wide, from the strawberry fields to our north, to the crowded wasteland that you call Los Angeles, I have at last found a new bride to share all that I own and to grace the chambers of City Hall. Yes, my friends, today I am at last thrilled to introduce to you the new First Lady of Shushan, none other than the Queen of the land, my new wife, Aurora, Sunshine, Morning Glory, Bloomberg, or as her friends and relatives know her, Esther. You see, they all love you, just as I do.
Thank you. I can't believe it myself. Why, just yesterday, I was a preschool director. And today, I'm the queen of the town. This is such a gas.
Gas? Did you say gas? Perhaps it was the prune hamantash I brought you?
No, don't be silly. That's just an expression. It's a gas, you know? It's a blast, it's fun, it's all really cool.
So now you're cool? You're not coming down with the chills or anything?
You are a literal one, aren't you? I'm perfectly okay.
All right. But then I have to ask, why are you dressed? Well, like that.
Like what?
Like that. The boots, the flowers, the whole outfit. Isn't it a bit unusual to come to City Hall dressed like that?
You're wearing a crown and a cape, and you think I'm dressed a little odd?
I don't know. It does seem somewhat unusual, but perhaps I'm just old-fashioned.
You mean a little square?
Square?
Never mind. Just stick with me, and I'll make you into the grooviest, coolest, hippest cat in Shushan.
So being a cat is a good thing, right?
Of course it's a good thing. Listen up. Before we're done, you and I are gonna make history. Like together, we're gonna be out of sight.
This is so confusing. First, you tell me you've got gas. Then the chills. Now you're saying we're going to go blind? I'm not sure I'm ever going to understand the way you young people speak.
Don't be silly. It's all just a fun way of expressing ourselves. You just gotta loosen up a bit. You know what? I think a song will help.
Song? Are you kidding? I never get to sing at Purim Shpiels.
Well, today, that changes. Everyone can sing. It's fun. Come on, I'll show you. Imagine me and you, I do. I think about us day and night. It's only right. Today we're making history. It's out of sight. So happy together.
Yeah, this is lots of fun, I gotta say. Imagine if my world could be like this each day. Much funner than the work I do most every day. Be happy together.
We're happy together. We can't see us loving nobody but you for all our lives. Join us here and maybe the sky will be blue for all our lives.
And you and me, no matter how you toss the dice, it had to be. The only place for us is here at CBD. We're happy together.
It's time to move the Shpiel along. The end is near. We're happy together. So happy together. We're working together. So happy together. Now and forever. So happy together.
One might even say it was, wait for it, cool.
Wow, now you're getting the hang of it.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. Cool. It was so cool. But I felt like I was chilling. Yeah, in fact, I was so cool, I was hot. Why, I was so hot, I was...
Okay, cowboy. Let's not get carried away.
Oh, sorry about that. You know, I don't get to sing much around here. We got a guy who does all the singing. So sure, people love him. Who doesn't like music? But me, all I get to do is give sermons. And you know how much people like that.
Well, not to fret. Now that you're the mayor, you can choose to sing whatever your heart desires.
Indeed, another opportunity to sing would soon be inevitable, for none other than Mordecai himself was about to re-enter our Shpiel with a formal request of Mayor Ahasuerus.
Mordecai, look at you. Don't you look 50 in your beachside threads? Give me some skin.
you know this man?
Of course I do. After all these years of Shpiels, surely you know that Mordecai is my uncle, or cousin, or some other familial relationship that the Book of Esther is frankly a bit vague about. But we're related, that much I'm sure of.
Well, any relative of Esther is a relative of mine. So, good day, sir. I am Achashverosh, mayor of Shushan, ruler of the land, spiritual leader of the masses, and apparently a very cool guy.
Very nice to meet you, Your Honor-ness. Why is he wearing a crown?
I heard that. Look, you get to sing, I get to wear a crown. That's just how it works around here.
Okay, I didn't mean to offend. The dude sure is touchy.
Yeah, I know. He wanted to wear his crown at board meetings, but the president nixed that idea. So he's a bit sensitive about the subject. You know, dearie, Mordecai here has a fabulous voice. You ought to hear him sing.
And I hear you too are an admirer of good music. So who knows, perhaps we can work together someday.
Not just like that, we can't.
I don't know, stranger things have happened.
Well, let's get on with it, Mr. Mordecai. Tell me, what can I do for you this morning?
Well, with your permission, my folks over at CBB, that's Commune B'nai B'rith, would like to organize a Purim concert and festival at our place in the hills above town. There'll be food and song, games for the kids. Perhaps I can explain better in a song.
He's been on stage less than 30 seconds, and already he's breaking into song.
Now, let's hear him out, and maybe we can even join in on a verse or two. Let's see.
All the Jews will come. It's a holiday. The 60s are alive. At least they are today.
Yes, they are today.
Mayor, you can make it happen. All you have to say.
All we gotta say is
Purim, hallelujah. What a glorious day. Stop into the shul.
that's along the way.
That's along the way.
Everyone was smiling.
Everyone was smiling.
Didn't plan to stay.
Didn't plan to stay.
All the children they were singing.
All the kids were singing.
Wash my blues away.
Wash the blues away.
So, Purim, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
It's gotta be okay.
All the Jews will come. It's a holiday. Purim, rock and roll. It's here today. You can wear your crown of shine. If you like it that way. Purim, hallelujah. What a glorious day. It's a glorious day. Purim's here today.
This festival of yours does sound like it'll be a lot of fun. So, I can't see any problem here. What do you think, my little flower bride?
I think it's a stellar idea. Why, this could turn out to be the happening thing of the year.
Well, maybe not the whole year. I mean, after all, there was a certain celebration of a certain person's 25 years of service to a certain congregation not that long ago.
Really? I don't remember that. Did you?
No, I think I would have remembered something as awesome as that. You, Elizabeth.
A 25-year celebration? I know we celebrated the congregation's 90th year, but was there something else that we did? I don't recall anything else.
Jeez, how soon they forget.
I guess we can cancel your crown fitting for the time being.
Okay. Let's get back to our story.
Good idea.
Now then, All I'll need is to get final approval from the Board of Trustees. And that should be a no-brainer.
Oh, really? How do you figure that?
Simple. We'll call a special meeting of the board on a Friday night after Shabbat services. There'll be no board members there to vote. So, what can go wrong?
That's brilliant. I can see you've actually earned that crown of yours.
So, why don't Mordecai and I head off to prepare the paperwork for you?
That's a fine idea. So we can split now?
Split? I don't know. That sounds painful.
He means we can leave.
Leave. Oh, yes. Yes, of course. You may now, or split.
Thank you again so much for your support. You won't regret this. It'll be great. Later.
But there was a fly in the ointment, a bruise on the banana, a worm in the apple, a Haman in our midst. For just when things seem to be going right for the Jews of Shushan, the evil, dastardly, downright no-good-nick Haman reared his nasty head.
Yomer.
Ah, Haman! My less than trustworthy, often unbalanced, and widely despised advisor. What brings you here this morning? You look so forlorn. Have you lost your groove?
My what?
Your groove! You know, your aura. You don't look hip or cool.
Are you feeling okay?
I'm just working on some new vocabulary. Esther is trying to get me to be more in tune with the times. You know, more with it.
With it? With what? You're starting to sound like one of those Looney Tune flower-smoking bell-bottom hippies out here. It's making me a bit uncomfortable.
You feeling uncomfortable? Well, we wouldn't want that now, would we? So, what exactly is it that's got your knickers in such a twist?
Well, my knickers notwithstanding, I'm here to talk about the problem I'm having with the Jews of Shushan.
The Jews? Well, I just had a wonderful meeting with one of their people only a few moments ago. And I actually thought he was quite charming, and certainly harmless.
Harmless? Harmless, you say? You do, of course, realize that all of these people are of the Hebrew faith.
Yes, as I understand it, most Jews are.
Well, these Hebrews don't think like we do. They don't talk like we do. They don't even pray in the same language as we do. I've seen it firsthand. They have this thing they call an ark. And every time they open it, everyone suddenly stands up and bows their heads. Look, I'll show you. Do you see what I mean?
I see, but I still don't get the harm in any of this.
The harm? I'll tell you what's the harm. When I walk through the town, I deserve the people's respect. They should bow their heads to me, and the Jews of Shushan refuse to do so. They will bow to the holy contents of their ark, but not to me, the representative of the crown.
There's the crown again. What's with everyone's obsession with my crown?
Don't you see your literalness? As your appointed assistant, I serve as a representative of the crown. So in disrespecting me, they are in fact disrespecting you, the ruler of Shushan.
I guess I never really thought about it quite that way.
Ah, so now you see that we must take action. This Mordecai person with whom you just spoke has plans to invite hundreds of his people here to Shushan for this holiday of, can you believe it? Purim.
Well, yes, but to be honest, I thought it all sounded kind of fun.
Fun? Did you say fun? Purim is a holiday that celebrates, of all things, the demise of me, Haman. It's downright rude. Besides, I hate that stuff. Laughter, fun, games, pooey. We can't let this happen, I tell ya. We have to put a stop to their festival and earn some respect. Feel so strongly about this, even I have to sing a song.
Wait, the both. Not another song. Okay, I tell you what. I'm just gonna step aside, take a seat over there, and let you vent, okay? Melody, hit it!
Jews are quizzical, study metaphysical, Hebrew in their homes. Late nights all alone with their Torahs, so, It's time for discipline, it's the only medicine to treat this tragic fate. No more Hebrew songs sung in Shushan, no. There'll be no Purim concert this year. We'll shut them down for good. Big Bomb Haman, silver hammer comes down on your heads. Big Bomb Haman, silver hammer will fill you with dread. In school again, I won't play the fool again, let them get annoyed. I will not avoid an unpleasant scene. I don't want to be a joke in Jewish history, I must take a stand. No more temple band on a Friday, no, And if you turn your back on this boy, I'll creep up from behind. Big Bomb Haman, silver hammer comes down upon your heads. Big Bomb Haman, silver hammer will fill you with dread. In Sunday school, I will break the golden rule, no more Purim songs. The kids won't care if I lose my guitar, no. As youth director, I can do anything I want to do, who will ever know? Blackjack, poker, betting on horses, ho. As long as I don't mess with the fees, the parents won't complain. Big Bomb Haman, silver hammer comes down upon your heads. Big Bomb Haman, silver hammer will fill you with dread.
You felt about all this. But what about all of the taxes and revenue that we'll miss if we turn away all those paying customers?
Are you kidding? Those people don't pay retail. And their dietary rules mean that our trade-to-go fast food restaurants won't make a dime. I'm telling you, this Purim thing will be nothing but trouble with a capital trip.
Okay. I hate to see you so upset. Do what you have to do.
Thank you, Your Royalness. You won't regret this.
Little did the evil, dastardly Haman know that just outside the mayor's office, was none other than Mordecai himself, and he had overheard the entire gruesome epic, even the song.
Like, whoa. Talk about a heavy man. That's like some twisted dude. But what am I gonna do? I got it. Like, wow. Something just permeated my consciousness and kind of imploded in my brain.
By way of translation, Mordecai hit upon a solution to this looming crisis.
Exactly, Elizabeth. As I see it, the only way out of this downer scene is to get Esther to convince Achashverosh of how much of a Shlomiel, or it's not a Shlomazel, I never get those two straight. So anyway, like I was saying, Esther needs to convince the main man of how evil this Haman dude really is. And then get him to reverse that nasty decree that he plans to place on the Jews of Shushan. Why, this is even remotely starting to resemble the real story of Purim. Neat!
Fortunately, Esther and her entourage just happened to be walking across the stage while this was being said, thereby preventing the need for us to waste valuable time repeating the plan that you all just heard.
As Elizabeth just said, we overheard everything, and that evil Haman plans to do.
So what do you think? Will you help the Jews of Shushan and take your rightful place in Jewish history?
Take her place in Jewish history. Like, wow.
That's stuff to put on her so early in the morning.
Sunday to what?
Mellow out, you guys. This is too important to let slide. I mean, we're talking the course of human history here.
But don't you realize you're asking me to put myself in grave danger? For it's rumored that one cannot simply drop in to see Achashverosh without having first made a formal appointment. To do so is to risk death.
Death?
Yep.
Did you say death?
Yep, that's what she said.
That's heavy stuff.
Well, who said anything about death?
Clearly, you haven't done your homework.
That's right, dude. I didn't make this stuff up. It's all written right there in the Book of Esther.
The Book of Esther? The Book of Esther! Of course! That's it!
What's it?
It's just as you said. It's all written down in the Book of Esther. And we all know the story of Purim. We know how it turns out. You, Esther, are the heroine of our story. So you can't come to any harm, right?
She can't?
No, of course not. Because all of this has already happened many centuries ago. Achashverosh, Esther, Haman. Their story, our story, the story of Purim.
You mean they had a rock concert in ancient Persia?
Well, maybe not that part of the story, but the general theme of things and the fantastic outcome are all preordained. All you have to do is step up and do your part.
I say we should do it, because there's food on the other side of that wall, and I'm hungry.
Okay, I hadn't quite thought of it that way. I'm still not exactly comfortable with any of this, but if what you say is true...
Of course it's true, so don't sweat it. It's gonna turn out great.
All right then, I'll give it a go.
And as would happen, Ahasuerus and Haman once again just happened to be passing by, thereby setting the stage for the final confrontation, the climax of our story, and the merciful end to this spiel.
Ah, there you are, my chain of Purim. I have been looking all over the palace for you, and I see that your Mr. Mordecai is still here as well.
Yo, dude, I was just about to split, but I thought I'd just hang loose around here to see if you'd come to any decision about our Purim festival.
Well, funny you should ask, for I have been thinking long and hard about your request, And I'm afraid that I have some bad news for you all.
Wait! Before you say anything more, my husband, I have something very special that I haven't even as yet shared with you.
What? Now? This is a family show, you know.
No, oh, silly one. It's nothing like that.
Well, then can it wait? We're almost done here. The tide is killing me.
No, I'm afraid it can't wait. You see, my dear sweet tart, I have heard the terrible things that Haman has been telling you about the Jews of Shushan. Yes, you.
Could it be?
Says who?
Hey, enough already. You're all giving me a migraine.
No need to fret, my little cuddle pup.
Cuddle Pop?
I know that Haman has suggested that there is no place for the Jewish people here in Shushan. There is no place for Jewish music here in Shushan. And so sadly, I must conclude that there is no place for me here in Shushan.
I said no such thing.
Did you?
Did not.
Did too.
What are you saying, my little princess? There will always be a place for you in Shushan, right here by my side.
But that can't be. For if the Jews are not welcome, then I am not welcome. You see, I'm not just a little princess. I am a Jewish princess!
Well, this can't be good.
I had no idea. And of course, this changes everything. For I could never do anything to harm you or your people. Mr. Mordecai, as long as you promise not to come to services dressed like that, I shall hereby appoint you as the royal song leader of Shushan.
I could live with that.
And what is to become of me?
You are hereby banished from all of Shushan. Your name shall be stricken from all our records and books, save one, the Book of Esther, where your name will be booed for all eternity.
I came to work on a Sunday for this? Well, you haven't heard the last from me. I'll be back. Probably for next year's Purim Shpiel.
At long last, the planets have properly aligned, and the universe is once again in peace and harmony.
And so, my friends, Haman has departed. Mordecai and Esther have once again earned their noble place in Jewish history. And of course, our Purim festival can now begin.
It's in the seventh house, and Jupiter aligns with Mars.
Everybody dance.
And peace will guide the planets, and love will steer the star. This is the dawning of the age of
thank you. With what's remaining of my voice. First of all, Melanie Lee. Costumes and props manager. Mark Castleman, our sound man. Extraordinary. David T. Landis, our videographer. Isaac Lewis, managing our live stream. Our magnificent writer, director, producer, the genius, and for what we are about to enjoy, Nancy Collins, our and last but not least, our middle school youth advisor, Joey Penn, who managed all of the kids who are not in the car. Talk some man, everyone. Happy Purim.